Hola, amigos, and welcome to the last show on Televida. We are in Kansas City, the city of fountains. But I'm talking about one fountain in particular. I'm going to talk about a red fountain. I'm going to call this show Red Fountain Diaries because we have a man that's obsessed with his fountain, and that is comedian, pickleball player, and pinball enthusiast Mike Saccone.
Thanks for having me on.
I appreciate that. So what are we talking about the red fountains here? Before we get too much into the red fountains, we're going to play this clip, and I'm going to show you, because this one kind of sums it up. I think we're playing the Jacksonville Jaguars. Red Fountain Diaries #1 right now.
Well, folks, after last week's game, we're not taking any chances. We're firing up the Lucky Red Fountain this week. We're playing Tampa Bay. Brady, you skinny little fucker. You're going to get your ass kicked this week. Make his bed, Giselle. He's coming home sore. So, here we go. Time for the Lucky Red juice. Crank up the fountain. Ready? Look at this. Zoom in right there. Here comes the fountain. Oh, God. Oh, God. And here comes the juice. Here comes the juice. Oh, the Lucky Red juice. It's gonna be a slaughter. Go Chiefs.
Now, why did you mess up that perfectly good fountain? What is the deal?
That's the fountain in front
What is
of our
that?
house.
Is that red food dye? What is that?
It's just food coloring.
Okay.
I pour a whole bottle of food coloring into it, and people always say, "Oh, does it stain the fountain?" And it
Yes,
really
doesn't stain the fountain.
It doesn't. It really, amazingly, does not stain the fountain. And I love that we are the city of fountains, Kansas City.
I see.
Do you know we have the most fountains of any city in the country and second in the world to Rome?
I did not know that.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I knew that. So
I went to Rome recently. And I said, "Yeah, there's more fountains here."
Did you walk around and count the fountains? Did you mention you're from Kansas City?
No, I didn't.
And people go, "Hey, it's a place that's second to us in the fountains." No, it didn't come up.
No.
Did I come up? My red fountain?
No.
Okay.
So anyway, go back to the red.
So I got this fountain in my front yard, and I love fountains. So I had the idea to dye my fountain red on Chiefs days. And then my girlfriend was like, "You should do a video about it," you know. So each team, each week, I just started doing a trash talk video about whatever team it is. And I just say mean things about the team and the town and whoever it is, especially if it's any of our arch rivals like Raiders or Broncos.
And then after the fountain, we have to mention that you strut off. You exit off.
Yes, I have a little swagger.
You have a little swagger that comes on. Now, what happens when we lose? I mean, do you print a retraction fountain?
No.
Do you have a video of you emptying the red ink out?
I quietly hide out because you can imagine the barrage of, "Oh yeah, you think you're so cool. Denver beat us like." Oh yeah, people are going, "Nobody beats Denver 17 times in a row. Take that." Once we lose and I've like blown my mouth off for
well, it's funny because if somebody would eat humble pie, you treated the Broncos, and in particular our comedian friend who's a Broncos fan, Phil Palaso, just particularly ruthlessly awful.
Phil Palaso is a best friend of mine, and we had a running standing bet of $20 every time we played, and whoever would win, they just send the other guy $20 in the mail, hard cash in the mail. Well, it got so bad that Phil just quit playing. See, I was making a fortune. So now I just, trash talk him. He sent me a Chiefs serape. Is that what it's called?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. A hat and all this stuff. And now those damn Broncos.
The thing is, I don't think our listeners believe you hate Denver the way we know you hate Denver. So let's play this one video. Now, this is the Red Fountain on the road, I think. A Red Fountain on the road. This is a little bit different. So
yes, no real animals were actually
let's
in
watch this
video.
clip.
Hey, sports fans, I think you know what day it is. It's Thursday night football, Chiefs versus the Broncos. As you know, for the last couple of weeks, my lucky red fountain was not so lucky. So I've taken matters into my own hands and I have traveled to Denver, Colorado. That's right, I followed the Chiefs here. I am in a hotel in Colorado, and I prove to you that I'm in a hotel. Look, tiny shampoo, proving that it's a hotel, proving that it's in Colorado. Look, zoom in on this. Zoom in. The word Colorado. See? I'm in Colorado. I'm behind enemy lines. So I'm going to the game tonight. I don't have my fountain with me, obviously, so I'm going to improvise. We need more than mojo. We need voodoo. It's a code red time. Get it? We're going to mix up a voodoo potion in the makeshift fountain, okay? And I'm going to include this Patrick Mahomes cereal, Crunch. It says right on the box, it's magic. See it? It's magic. It's gotta work, right? Follow me into the fountain room. Here we go. Time for that voodoo that you do. Get it? Sorry, Broncos. Go Chiefs!
Well, you wasted a lot of good food there.
Yes,
Mr.
and the
Conley.
hotel kicked me out because I
Yeah.
clogged the pipes. You know, that cereal, it expands once you flush it.
It's nice to show the quality 5-star hotel that you've become accustomed to. I don't know what number was affixed to that.
There are
6 or 8.
budgetary situations on the road. But I
Boy.
was in Denver for that video.
So you for Denver for the game?
I went to the game. You know what game that was?
Which one?
That was the game when Mahomes did the quarterback sneak and hurt his knee. Remember that?
You jinxed us.
I
do
by
remember
going
that.
there, I guess. I don't know.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
So, you've been a Chiefs fan forever. Before we play, so like a favorite Chiefs memory.
Favorite Chiefs memory.
Are you old enough to have gone to the old stadium, not Arrowhead?
Yes, I was in the Wolf Pack.
I do remember that.
Remember the Wolf Pack? It was a thing that they sold to children where if you paid like $5 or something, you got a Chiefs windbreaker and you got seats at Olympic Stadium? Memorial Stadium.
Municipal Stadium.
Municipal Stadium. There were these seats that had no view of the field.
Yeah.
It was like this bad engineering so they sold it to children that weren't really paying attention to the game anyway. And I was in the Wolfpack, and we went to many, many games at that stadium. But then I remember I went to the first game at the Arrowhead Stadium too, the preseason game. I wish I would have saved all the memorabilia they gave you when you walked in the stadium. But my favorite, for sure, is the first Super Bowl with Lynn Dawson when we beat the Vikings.
Lenny the Cool.
Lenny the Cool. We went to my aunt's to watch it because she was the only one with a color TV. And my uncle, who was
Has a floor console TV, by the way,
Yes,
too.
big-
It's color, but it's on the floor.
On the
It's a piece
floor.
of furniture with a tube in it.
Yeah, and my uncle, who was a bit of a, you could use the word gangster if you want. I don't want to throw that term. He's long dead.
Hey, man.
He's long dead, so I can say it. He had the only color TV in the family, so we went to his house, and he had bet against the Chiefs. He bet $300 on the Vikings. And so we
So we
weren't-
take Fredo out on the lake when they do that, right?
we weren't allowed to root very loudly when the Chiefs scored during that game because my aunt would go, settle down. Uncle Frank's not very happy about the outcome of the game.
You know, I got to tell you, my municipal stadium, my dad rustled up 2 tickets to go to the Chiefs-Miami game at Municipal, the longest game.
Yes.
And I remember I was trying to drag my dad out kicking and screaming, yeah, this game's Dad, I want to, you know.
How old were you then?
Well, I had to be at least, 5 or 6 or something. I wanted to go, but then only later on do I regret dragging him out of that game.
The longest game in history, right?
Yeah, longest game in history. So how does it feel to have, because we've had a bad team for a long time, how does it feel to finally have a good team?
It feels great because they got good right when I moved back to Kansas City.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
I don't either because the Royals also got good when I moved back.
Do you paint your fountain blue?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And I take.
There's too many teams for you to take umbrage to in baseball.
Yeah,
right?
right. Too many games.
Oh, those Blue Jays.
I can't afford.
Same color ink.
I can't afford all the ink. But I take full credit for bringing luck back to both teams. Like as soon as I moved back to town, they both got great. It's me, pretty much. You're right. You're looking at the guy.
Well, you mentioned that you have particular distaste for the Broncos. Is that because John Elway beat us all those years?
Yes. Yes.
It is kind of nice to know that.
You know, you just love and hate those guys. You tip your hat to a guy like John Elway because he was just such a stud, and but you know, hated him for what he did to us. A bigger man would say he just loves the guy for his talent, but I prefer to pepper it with some petty hate.
Now, I don't want to get too personal here, but you're into women, right?
Yes.
All right, because
are you about to put the move on me?
No, I want to say this video that might show difference. So let's play this video and then we'll see.
I'm into women, right?
We're going to play the horse video in the bed.
Broncos.
If I'm not mistaken, I was a horse in bed with you.
Yes, it was. There was no hanky panky. It was strictly for theatrical purposes.
I love that because your yell wasn't like. The yell was like, nah, we're okay. Kind of like a guilty yell.
I thought I did a dead-on impression of the Godfather guy.
That's true. It was kind of a dead, yeah. So those are the Broncos that you hate, and you woke up with one, right?
Yeah, woke up with a dead
So
horse.
you know
in my
what
bed.
happens when you piss off Mike Ciccone in your horse? What happens is this next clip right here.
Fucking Broncos. Get out of my fountain, you fucking Broncos! Suck! Go Chiefs!
Did you stab that horse?
When I look
What's
at that,
going on with
it's a
you?
little violent,
Can't
isn't it?
help. Like, did your friend, our friend, the Denver Broncos fan, Phil Palaso, see that tape?
I didn't hear back from him after that. I think people were shocked. Even my girlfriend who shoots the video for me, usually she's laughing after, and afterwards she just was silent, and she was like, oh my God, are you okay?
And you're still stabbing. She's like, cut.
Stop! It did feel good to tear into that
So
head,
how
though.
many Red Fountain Diaries have you done all?
I haven't counted them, but it's got to be like 20 or 30, right? Something, I don't know.
Well, we need to see them. Well, are you going to play a special one in the Super Bowl?
Of course.
All right.
Assuming we're in it.
All right, so we're in it. So we're going to play this. This show is going to go on when they're in the playoffs. So my question is, this is going to be a prediction that only we will know because we're going to play this when they were in the playoffs. That's a fair assumption, right?
Yes. Oh, fair assumption. We'll be in the playoffs.
So
yeah.
in this Chiefs episode, when it airs, who will be playing in the playoffs?
Who will we be up against in the playoffs?
And where will it be?
It'll be at our place, and it will be. Well, I was going to say Cincinnati, but they just lost Burrows. I don't know. Who do you think now?
I think it'll be Cleveland.
You really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll see who's right.
All right.
You have to-
Baltimore.
All right. $5. He says Cleveland. I say Cleveland. You say Baltimore.
Say Baltimore.
All
It's a
right.
bet, buddy.
Red Shoe Diaries. Last show. Adios. We'll see you later.